Why only 2% succeed? The hard truth. Most people ignore the harsh reality of success. Success is a dream for many, but a reality for few. Only 2% of people ever reach the pinnacle of their potential, achieving the kind of success that brings true fulfillment, freedom, and impact. This isn't because the other 98% lack talent, intelligence, or opportunity. It's because they refuse to face the hard truth. Success is not handed out. It's earned. It demands relentless commitment, unwavering discipline, and the courage to push through discomfort, failure, and doubt. Most people want the rewards of success, but shy away from the sacrifices it requires. They crave the destination, but won't walk the grueling path to get there. The principles of success are no secret. Discipline, focus, resilience, and consistency are well-known ingredients. Yet, the vast majority fail to apply them consistently. They start with enthusiasm but falter when the work gets tough. They chase quick results, but quit when progress is slow. They dream big, but settle for small because they're unwilling to pay the price. The 2% who succeed aren't smarter or luckier. They're tougher. They make a non-negotiable decision to do whatever it takes, for as long as it takes, to become the best version of themselves. This is not a message of inspiration. It's a call to action. If you want to join the 2%, you must stop waiting for motivation, stop making excuses, and start embracing the process. In this in-depth exploration, we'll uncover why only 2% succeed, what separates them from the rest, and how you can cultivate the mindset and habits to break into that elite group. Success is not a mystery, it's a choice. Are you ready to then make it? Body. The principles that define the 2%. 1. Discipline, the foundation of all success. Discipline is the bedrock of achievement. Without it, talent is meaningless, hard work is sporadic, and progress is fleeting. Most people fail because they rely on motivation, a fickle emotion that comes and goes. They work hard when they feel inspired, but slack off when they're tired, discouraged, or distracted. The 2% who succeed don't let feelings dictate their actions. They've trained themselves to execute consistently, regardless of their emotional state. Discipline is about doing the work even when it's inconvenient, uncomfortable, or uninspiring. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep, training when you're exhausted, or studying when you're bored. It's making the tough choices, saying no to distractions, prioritizing long-term goals over short-term pleasure, and staying focused when no one is watching. The 98% operate based on how they feel, but the 2% are driven by commitment. To build discipline, start by creating systems. Habits, routines, and schedules keep you on track when motivation fades. Identify one small, non-negotiable task to do daily, writing 500 words, exercising for 30 minutes, or learning a new skill for an hour. Consistency matters more than intensity. Over time, these small acts of discipline compound, turning effort into habit and habit into success. Discipline isn't about perfection, it's about showing up, day after day, until the results are undeniable. The 2% understand that discipline is freedom. It liberates you from the whims of emotion, the pull of distractions, and the trap of inconsistency. It puts you in control of your actions and ultimately your future. Most people crave success, but lack the discipline to sustain it. The 2% make discipline their identity, and that's why they rise while others remain stuck. Consistency. The power of the long-game success is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's not built on one big moment or a single lucky break. It's the result of small, consistent actions taken over years. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in a day and underestimate what they can accomplish in a decade. They chase quick wins and instant gratification, but the 2% who succeed play the long game. They know that real progress comes from showing up every day, even when the results are invisible. Consistency is what separates the elite from the average. The 98% are inconsistent. They work hard for a week or a month, then lose momentum when life gets tough or progress slows. They start and stop, chasing new goals or abandoning old ones when the excitement fades. The 2% are relentless. They keep working, even when it feels pointless, because they trust that consistency compounds over time. The challenge with consistency is that it's not glamorous. It's repetitive, often boring, and requires patience. Most people can't handle this. They want immediate results, and when they don't see them, they quit. But success is a process, not an event. The 2% understand that the work they do today may not pay off for months or years, but they keep going because they believe in the power of incremental progress. To master consistency, focus on the process, not the outcome. Set clear, actionable goals and break them into daily tasks. Celebrate the act of showing up, not just the results. Track your progress to stay motivated, whether it's a journal, a checklist, or a habit tracking app. Surround yourself with people who reinforce your commitment, not those who tempt you to slack off. Consistency turns potential into achievement, one small step at a time. Focus, the art of eliminating distractions. In a world overflowing with distractions, focus is a superpower. Social media, entertainment, and endless notifications compete for your attention, pulling you away from your goals. Most people fail because they lack focus. They start with good intentions but get sidetracked by shiny objects, other people's success, or meaningless noise. The 2% who succeed are ruthless about protecting their focus. They know that every ounce of attention given to distractions is energy stolen from their progress. Focus is not something you're born with. It's a skill you train. The 98% scatter their energy across too many goals, saying yes to every opportunity and chasing fleeting trends. The 2% simplify. They narrow their focus to one or two priorities and pour all their effort into them. They cut out anything that doesn't align with their vision, whether it's time-wasting activities, negative people, or irrelevant tasks. To develop focus, start by clarifying your goals. What do you want to achieve, and why does it matter? Write it down and keep it visible. Next, audit your time. Where is your attention going? Eliminate distractions. Turn off notifications, limit social media, and create a workspace free of clutter. Practice single tasking. Work on one thing at a time with full intensity. Train your mind to resist the urge for instant gratification, whether it's checking your phone or chasing a new idea. Focus is about saying no. The 2% are unafraid to decline invitations, reject opportunities, or cut ties with people who pull them off track. They protect their time and energy like a precious resource because they know that focus is the key to momentum. Without it, you'll stay stuck, starting and stopping without ever building real progress. With it, you become unstoppable. Resilience. The ability to endure success is a test of endurance. Life will throw obstacles in your path, setbacks, rejections, and failures that make you question your worth. Most people crumble under pressure. They expect success to be easy, and when it's not, they give up. The 2% who succeed are resilient. They don't just survive challenges, they thrive in them. They understand that resistance is part of the process, and they're willing to keep going no matter how hard it gets. Resilience is not about being unbreakable, it's about adapting. The 2% aren't immune to failure or doubt, they've just learned to handle it. When they face a setback, they don't panic or quit. They analyze, adjust, and move forward. They see challenges as opportunities to grow, not as reasons to stop. This ability to stay calm and focused under pressure sets them apart from the 98% who let emotions derail their progress. To build resilience, reframe how you view adversity. Instead of seeing failure as a sign of weakness, see it as feedback. Every setback teaches you something about your strategy, your mindset, or your approach. Embrace discomfort as a sign that you're pushing your limits. Practice emotional control. When things go wrong, take a deep breath, assess the situation, and focus on the next step. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, not those who amplify your doubts. Resilience is about outlasting the resistance. The 2% keep showing up, even when progress is slow, when results are absent, or when everything feels impossible. They know that success is not about how you perform when things are easy. It's about how you respond when nothing is working. By staying in the game longer than everyone else, they create the momentum that leads to breakthroughs. 5. Embracing failure. The path to mastery. Failure is not the enemy of success, it's the foundation. Most people fear failure, seeing it as proof that they're not good enough. They avoid risks to protect their ego, playing it safe instead of pushing their limits. The 2% who succeed see failure differently. They seek it out, knowing that every mistake is a lesson, every setback a chance to improve. They fail more than anyone else because they try more than anyone else. Failure is feedback. It shows you what's not working so you can adjust your approach. The 98% take failure personally, letting it crush their confidence and derail their goals. The 2% detach their emotions from the outcome. When they fail, they don't say, "I'm a failure." They say, "That didn't work. What can I do better?" This objectivity allows them to learn, adapt, and grow faster than their peers. Embrace failure. Shift your mindset. Stop aiming for perfection and start aiming for progress. Take risks, even if they might lead to mistakes. Experiment with new strategies, knowing that some will fail. When you stumble, analyze what went wrong and apply the lesson to your next attempt. Celebrate the courage it takes to try, not just the outcome. The more you fail, the closer you get to mastery. The 2% succeed because they're willing to look foolish, to stumble, and to keep going. They know that failure is not the end. It's the beginning of growth. By facing failure head-on, they build the skills, confidence, and resilience needed to rise above the 98% who quit at the first sign of trouble. Sacrifice. The price of greatness. Success demands sacrifice. You can't have it all. You can't achieve greatness while clinging to comfort, distractions, or old habits. Most people fail because they're unwilling to let go. They want success, but refuse to give up the things holding them back: late nights, toxic relationships, or mindless entertainment. The 2% who succeed understand that sacrifice is non-negotiable. They're willing to trade short-term pleasure for long-term progress. Sacrifice is about making room for growth. When you cut out distractions, you create space for focus. When you walk away from negative people, you open the door to positive influences. When you invest time in learning instead of leisure, you build skills that lead to success. The 98% try to balance comfort and progress, but the 2% know that growth and comfort can't coexist. To embrace sacrifice, identify what's holding you back. Are your habits aligned with your goals? Is your environment supporting your growth? Are you spending time on things that matter, or are you chasing instant gratification? Be ruthless. Cut out anything that doesn't serve your vision. Say no to invitations, activities, or people that pull you off track. Invest in your future. Spend money on books, courses, or coaching instead of fleeting pleasures. Sacrifice is an investment. The 2% succeed because they're willing to miss the party, to work on their craft, to wake up early while others sleep, to endure discomfort for the sake of their goals. They know that every sacrifice brings them closer to the life they want. Most people cling to the familiar, but the 2% let go of who they are to become who they're meant to be. Commitment. The decision to win success is not about talent, luck, or opportunity. It's about commitment. The 2% who succeed aren't necessarily smarter or more gifted. They're more dedicated. They make a non-negotiable decision to achieve their goals, no matter the cost. They don't dabble or try half-heartedly. They go all in, refusing to accept anything less than their full potential. Most people fail because they lack commitment. They start with excitement but quit when things get hard. They talk about success but never fully invest in it. They're swayed by distractions, discouraged by setbacks, or tempted by comfort. The 2% are different. They've decided that success is not optional. It's inevitable. This decision drives every action, from the habits they build to the sacrifices they make. To cultivate commitment, clarify your why. Why do you want to succeed? What's at stake if you don't? A strong purpose fuels your resolve, keeping you focused when motivation fades. Write down your goals and revisit them daily. Surround yourself with people who share your ambition, not those who tempt you to settle. Hold yourself accountable, track your progress, reflect on your efforts, and adjust as needed. Commitment means removing negotiation. The 2% don't give themselves options to quit or slack off. They treat their goals as a must, not a maybe. This unwavering resolve allows them to push through resistance, stay disciplined, and outlast the 98% who give up too soon. Success is a choice, and the 2% choose to win. Mental toughness. Thriving under pressure. Success is a mental game. The 2% who succeed aren't just disciplined or focused, they're mentally tough. They can handle pressure, setbacks, and uncertainty without breaking. Most people fail because they're emotionally fragile. They panic when things go wrong, take failure personally, or let doubt derail their progress. The 2% stay calm, objective, and focused, no matter what life throws at them. Mental toughness is about controlling your response to adversity. When the 98% face a challenge, they react emotionally, panicking, quitting, or blaming others. The 2% respond strategically. They assess the situation, adjust their approach, and keep moving forward. They don't let temporary setbacks shake their confidence or long-term vision. To build mental toughness, practice emotional control. When you face a setback, pause and breathe before reacting. Ask yourself, what can I learn? What's the next step? Train yourself to see challenges as tests of your resolve, not threats to your worth. Build confidence through action. Every small win reinforces your belief in yourself. Surround yourself with resilient people who model mental toughness, not those who amplify negativity. Mental toughness is what keeps the 2% in the game when everyone else quits. They expect adversity and prepare for it. They know that success is not about avoiding pressure, it's about thriving in it. By staying strong under stress, they build the resilience and focus needed to achieve extraordinary results. Adaptability. The key to progress success is not a straight line. Plans fail, strategies falter, and unexpected obstacles arise. Most people fail because they're rigid, they cling to one approach and quit when it doesn't work. The 2% who succeed are adaptable. They're not tied to a single plan. They're committed to the outcome. If one path is blocked, they find another. If one strategy fails, they pivot. Adaptability is about staying flexible without losing focus. The 2% expect challenges and prepare to adjust. They analyze failures, learn from mistakes, and refine their approach. They're not afraid to change course if it means getting closer to their goal. This willingness to evolve sets them apart from the 98% who give up when their initial plan doesn't pan out. To become adaptable, embrace a growth mindset. See every challenge as a chance to learn, not a dead end. Experiment with new strategies, even if they're outside your comfort zone. Seek feedback from mentors, peers, or data to identify what's working and what's not. Stay open to change, but keep your vision clear. Adapt the means, not the end. Adaptability is what keeps the 2% moving forward when others get stuck. They know that success requires iteration, not perfection. By adjusting to setbacks and seizing new opportunities, they build the momentum that leads to breakthroughs. Flexibility, paired with commitment, is the key to unstoppable progress. 10. Execution. Turning vision into reality. At its core, success is about execution. You can have the best ideas, the clearest goals, and the strongest commitment, but without action, it's all meaningless. Most people fail because they don't follow through. They plan, dream, and talk about success but never take the steps to make it happen. The 2% who succeed are relentless executors. They turn their vision into reality through consistent, deliberate action. Execution is about bridging the gap between intention and results. The 98% get stuck in overthinking, waiting for the perfect moment, or fearing failure. The 2% act, even when they're uncertain. They break their goals into small, manageable tasks and tackle them one at a time. They don't wait for permission or ideal conditions. They start where they are with what they have. To master execution, prioritize action over perfection. Set clear, actionable steps and commit to completing them daily. Eliminate distractions. Turn off notifications, limit social media, and create a focused environment. Hold yourself accountable through tracking, deadlines, or a support system. Celebrate progress, no matter how small, to stay motivated. Execution is what separates dreamers from doers. The 2% succeed because they don't just want success, they prove it through their actions. They know that every step forward, no matter how small, builds the momentum that leads to greatness. By acting consistently, they turn potential into reality. Conclusion. The choice to join the 2%. The path to success is clear, but it's not easy. Only 2% of people succeed because only 2% are willing to do what it takes. They're not smarter, luckier, or more talented. They're more disciplined, focused, resilient, and committed. They embrace failure, sacrifice comfort, and execute relentlessly. They don't wait for motivation or perfect conditions. They show up day after day and make success inevitable. You have everything you need to join the 2%. The principles of success, discipline, consistency, focus, resilience, and execution are within your reach. The question is, are you willing to pay the price? Are you ready to let go of comfort, push through failure, and stay committed when others quit? Success is not a gift or a stroke of luck, it's a decision. A decision to work harder, to stay focused, to keep going no matter what. The 98% will always choose the easy path, settling for mediocrity because it's comfortable. But you're not the 98%. You have the power to choose differently, to commit fully, to sacrifice what holds you back, and to build a life most people only dream of. The journey won't be easy, but it will be worth it. So make the decision today. Join the 2%. Start now, stay consistent, and never stop. Your future is waiting. Go claim it.